So as I said, he's never been to Bawdy before. He doesn't know what this is like, and he's getting on stage for us. So y'all got to make a big fuss. Please welcome to the stage Sam Solo.
So I'm kind of a sports fan, and I'm kind of a fetish model. That might seem like sort of an odd combination, but if you had been following my Twitter feed during the Giants World Series, you would know that there are, in fact, a lot of fetish model sports fans in the Bay Area. Now, through being a fetish model, I actually recently discovered that there are more than one ways to be a fan of sports, let me say. There are people who enjoy athletic competition in sort of a different way than you would generally think, if you know what I mean. Now, I learned this because one such person booked me. I got booked for a site called Ultimate Female Grappling. It's a local site. Big shout out to Jeff, who runs that site. Now, I didn't really know anything about the wrestling fetish genre, but, you know, I'm from the South. I know about wrestling. Like, child rearing and hand-to-hand combat in the South is basically the same as it was in ancient Sparta. Like, pretty crucial to what they're trying to instill in the young people. So I knew that it was this, it's this really intimate thing, and when you wrestle somebody, eventually, pretty much every part of your body is going to touch every part of their body. Faces get smashed into asses, crotches grinding, like your skin gets all slippery and you're just sliding around. You're basically, at different points, depending on the match, you're kind of humping each other. So even though it wasn't necessarily a fetish I knew a lot about, it wasn't that hard for me to sort of imagine that it would be somebody's fetish. But I didn't really know what to expect on my first shoot. Well, like a good little porn boy, I showed up with my outfit at the right place at the right time, ready for whatever happened. So I walk in, and the site or the shoot location is a real martial arts dojo, complete with like these bro posters with like slogans like "Never surrender, never quit," "Pain is weakness leaving the body," that kind of stuff. But it was wall-to-wall mirrors, which was really porny and felt right. That was... and the guy that was running the shoot was very sweet. He was clearly like, this was his thing, and he was a very, clean-cut looking gentleman. And he told me what he wanted, which was really just straight competitive wrestling. No play acting, no overtly sexualized stuff, just wrestling. Do your best. And I, all right, that sounds pretty easy to me. Then he introduced me to the woman that I was supposed to be wrestling. Her name is Mistress Cara, and that guy knows. She looks absolutely fucking lethal. The first thing that I thought of when I saw her instantly came to my mind was the 90s television show Xena. She had the same long dark hair and the same sort of warrior princess physique. Just like rippling muscles like an Olympian from head to toe. Her thighs were basically like my waist, and her biceps were basically like my thighs. Like everywhere you looked, it was just like this bulging, glorious, glamorous, powerful figure. And she's standing there and with her little spandex shorts and a bikini top with just the most murdery eyes. Like very, very pretty, very nice to look at, but the eyes are just coming for you. And I'm standing there, and I'm wearing like these teeny tiny little blue shorts, the kind that teenage girls wear to like as pajamas. The little flimsy ones. I don't know if you guys have seen those. And that's all I'm wearing. And I weigh 130 pounds. You can sort of get a good look. I'm not exactly an imposing figure. So it must have really looked like something straight out of a wrestling fetish magazine, just like this hulking sort of Amazon princess and tiny pipsqueak. Luckily, I did not have enough time to get, I had enough time to get nervous, but not enough time to back out, because pretty much I was in a headlock fairly shortly after being introduced to this person. And so she's got me here, my face smashed into the side boob, and just the feel of like the hardness of the muscles in her side is a little already intimidating. And then I go to grab and try to like loosen the pressure on my neck a little bit, and her arm does not budge at all. And for the next 9.5 minutes, Mistress Cara taught me the true meaning of the phrase, like a rag doll. Whatever Mistress Cara wanted to happen next was what happened next, even though I was trying my absolute level fucking best. I had no chance. She's just too strong. She was stronger than she even looked, and she looked intimidating as hell. I'm just getting pinned down, slammed, like thrown a little bit, like through the air. Every part of my body is just like getting slapped and ground into this mat. Like I'm getting red splotches, like bruises. My rib, I think, actually was injured for a little bit. Questions at the end, please. Ultimate female grappling, give it a look. And so she's just killing me. After maybe the first, like I said, maybe the first 30 seconds, I just try to survive. I'm not trying to put her in like a hold or anything. Like she's kind of doing like almost, at some point, I realized that she's just kind of putting on a clinic, literally, just practicing things. Like, it'd be cool if I did this to him. That is cool. What about one of these? That's pretty cool too. And I can tell, I don't know if Mistress Cara had wrestled dudes before, but I could tell that she was definitely getting like a little bit of a thrill out of it. The smile was definitely for real. Now, even though I'm getting destroyed, I'm still trying to perform a little bit. And she is too. She's trash talking, but nothing very sexual at all. Just kind of like, oh yeah, it's the best you can do. You're not so tough. Nothing really. But then she slams me onto my face. She's been slamming me a lot, so I'm not that big of a deal at this point. She gets basically my entire lower body, like my ankles and my knees, in this, MMA, jiu-jitsu twist maneuver thing. And she's just wrenching on me, and I'm flat on my face. I'm kind of hoping it's almost over. Really, I know it's a 10-minute match, but it feels like I've been here a week, getting my ass kicked. And she's wrenching me, and she says something that I definitely was not expecting to come out of her mouth. She says, if you want me to let you go, say, please, mommy, stop. Dirty! So now, it's just changed the whole dynamic. Before, I was just losing a fight. Now, I'm like truly getting dominated. And I realize this woman this powerful, beautiful person has totally taken my power by force. Like, I didn't have a negotiated scene where she asked me what she could do. She took it. She took what she wanted. And I really like feeling like sort of small, like helpless little creature. And then she tapped right into that. Apparently she spied it on me or something. And so I'm sitting there and I'm like, wave of shock upon first hearing it, and then quickly followed by a wave of arousal. But I'm too embarrassed. Like, not only is it an embarrassing thing to say, I'm very embarrassed by how turned on I am by the fact that she wants me to say it. But I mean, my choices are I can sort of fuck up the shoot a little bit by being like, time out, that's a little past my boundaries. Or I can sustain permanent ligament damage, because you don't ever want to be able to hear your body and make sound, like hear it breaking, like straining to like survive. So I submitted. I'm there, physically exhausted, flat on my face, and I just had to say it. I didn't know what else to do. I was too flabbergasted at this point to think of anything else. So I said it. Mommy, please stop. She bursts out laughing, of course. Makes it so much better. And since that day, I've actually found out that it's not that uncommon for the girls to slip in these little improvised naughtiness. I've had girls give me wet willies, spanks, wedgies. I had a woman grab me by the back of the hair in the middle of a match completely. No director told her to do this. It's just what she decided was the best move. She grabbed me, started slamming my face into her crotch, and said, "You don't know where this pussy's been." Which was true. I had no idea where that pussy had been. We just met. So, I've had experience with that. So since then, I had sort of saw that was something that people do. But in that moment, I'm just lying there on the mat, just like, whoa. I'm also have just gotten beaten up, in addition to this weird headspace thing. And I'm just thinking, I could definitely tell from the get-go that she could probably kick my ass. But I was really surprised that she knew the exact right thing to put me in my place. And I really, really liked it.